I have a super simple way of making amazingly high quality creature and character tokens for your D&D table. Let me show you. So I'm always trying to find simple but creative and fun ways of getting artwork on the D&D table. So when I saw this tweet by Mike Shea, aka Sly Flourish, aka the font of wisdom for dungeon masters, I was extremely intrigued. He said, D&D tip: tokens printed on photo paper sealed using a 1-inch epoxy sticker and a 1-inch circular adhesive magnet are a great alternative to miniatures. Now, I have made tons and tons of paper miniatures, but this magnet epoxy thing sounded interesting. So I did some searching around and found out that these epoxy stickers and one-sided adhesive magnets are pretty easy to find. So I bought a whole bunch, and oh man, is this awesome. This token thing is so cool. And I think maybe it's possible I might actually like these tokens more than my beloved paper miniatures. So what are you gonna need exactly to make these awesome new tokens? You'll need the 1-inch epoxy stickers, the 1-inch circular flexible magnets with a single side of adhesive, a 1-inch hole punch, and a printer with some nice paper. It doesn't have to be photo paper, but the smoother the paper is, the better. Now, I'll be straight up and say that I got all these materials from Amazon. Don't buy books from there, but if you can't find these supplies anywhere else, I have set up an affiliate link down in the description so you can see all the exact supplies I use and help out the channel a little bit. Should you buy your epoxy stickers and magnets someplace else? Maybe, probably, but it's there if you need it. Anyway, I got excited about making tokens while I waited on these supplies to arrive and ended up drawing 15 of them. I used Photoshop to crank out some fun generic monsters, stuff like a bat, a cultist, goblin, orc, slime, skeleton, you know, the usuals. But you do not need a computer or any fancy software to do this. You could totally draw straight on the paper and punch out the 1-inch circle. Of course, it is a little tricky drawing that small, but it's also nice because you can't get too detailed with it. And if you don't like the drawing, you can just punch out another one and try again. Now, I know what a lot of you are saying watching this video, but I can't even draw a stick figure. How am I supposed to draw a cool looking character or monster token? Well, to that I say, if you can write the alphabet, you can absolutely draw cool characters. And if you don't believe me, there's a card popping up in the top right corner to a video that will give you the confidence to draw your own character portraits and apply all that to making awesome creature tokens. But of course, I also get that sometimes you don't feel like drawing at all, and I even think Mike just grabbed images off of the internet and printed them. If you do this, just remember you'll need to make sure that they are scaled and sized correctly to fit the 1-inch circle. And I should also say that using people's images is only okay if you're using them at your own table. It's definitely not okay to print out images, make these rad tokens, and then try and turn around and sell them. This stuff is for personal use only. All that being said, I've made these creature illustrations available for you to print out, just in case you'd like to make these tokens with these creatures that I'm drawing right now. Check them out. The printable PDF is linked in the description. Okay, so you've got your images printed out at the right scale. Your epoxy stickers, magnets, and hole punch have arrived in the mail. Let's put some of these tokens together. First step is punching out the creatures. I've made the printout easy to cut up so you can just slide the little squares into the hole punch and chunk them out. I have to say, it's really fun lining them up and seeing the perfect little circle appear in the hole punch. I don't know, it's just really satisfying. You know what I just realized as I'm sitting here punching out these character tokens? I have an entire collection of 1-inch paper miniatures over on the DM's Guild. They're called the Starter Minis. There's something like 50 unique miniatures, all cartoony Dragon Quest artwork inspired monsters and NPCs and player character illustrations that you can print out yourself and use to create an entire army of these tokens instead of cutting and assembling the paper miniatures. Just use the hole punch and the magnets and the epoxy. Okay, so next up is sticking the cutout creatures onto the magnets. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when Mike tweeted suggesting these magnets, I wasn't really sure about how that was gonna work. It kind of seemed like having a bunch of magnets throwing around on the gaming table would be a little bit of a nightmare. You know, like sliding around, flipping over, sticking to each other sort of thing. It's not really what you want when you're in the middle of tactical combat. You know, it just seemed like it was going to be a real pain in the butt. But these flexible magnets don't have a ton of magnetic power, whatever you call that. You know, they'll stick to your fridge, but they kind of barely stick together. And the great thing about these flexible magnets isn't that they're flexible, but they do have a little bit of weight to them, especially for their size, which is, you know, you want some weight to your tokens. And they come with adhesive on one side, so it's super easy to line up and stick your cutout creature right on top of the magnet. The last step is to put the sweet, clear epoxy sticker on top of the magnet and the cutout. This is the finishing touch, the je ne sais quoi, the thing that makes these tokens feel like a professional product and look totally awesome. At this point, I've put together a bunch of these and I can't help but just pick them up every once in a while and admire them, and they just feel so good in your hand. And this epoxy sticker is what makes it feel really awesome in your hand and look super cool sliding around the grid on the D&D table. So for a little over $35 plus whatever it costs to print out your images, you can get enough supplies to create 100 tokens. Obviously, there's a little more cost to it than making just paper miniatures, but I think these tokens are really special, and I personally can't wait to throw them down and see what the players think the next time we get to play. So I just can't get enough of these handmade tokens. I think they're totally amazing. So much so that I am looking to produce, you know, have an actual manufacturer make something like this. I'm talking full-on collections of these things available for purchase at a reasonable price. So if that's something you're interested in, please leave me a comment and let me know in the comments. Comment. I want to say thanks to Sly Flourish for this idea. I really love it and am really impressed with the quality and how easy these things are to make. Mike makes super helpful videos and books for dungeon masters. Definitely go check out his channel. I'm a big fan. There's a link to his channel down in the description as well. If you'd like to support this channel, check out my Patreon, where I create monthly fun, whimsical tabletop adventures. I print zines and send them to your mailbox, or you can get the PDF in your inbox. Super proud of all the work that goes into these adventures. If you're looking to run a fun one-shot, check them out. Link is in the description. I'm not sure if I've said that enough in this video yet. There's a lot of links in the description, okay? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!